cap with it. All facts don't fit, that fires in the mix. No cap trap. And I'm back in this bitch, let's go.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. No Cap Trav here. Alright, so today we got a brand new catch-up quick reroll guide for Summoners War Chronicles. So basically, right now, you can pick your default summoner or your main summoner right now. For me, it doesn't matter personally at this point. You're gonna probably end up going through all of them anyway if you follow this entire guide. While you're here, like, subscribe, comment down below about what you want to see in future videos. Normally I usually end up picking up Cleave first when I do this method. I typically don't use Cleave. I'm more of a Keenan player. I wait till last generally to start playing her, but like I said, you're going to go through all these summoners anyway. So this is basically June 1st update. Orby got her spell shield back. One of the biggest changes is the new Mystic Island system. So if you played Summoners War, you know you have your entire Sky Island, all that stuff. Well, now they have it here too. I'm just letting this play real quick. I am going to fast forward through most of this. The gist of this is to get as high level as possible, as fast as possible, especially if you're a returning player like me. I did play from day one and now I'm back. There has been a whole lot of quality improvement changes to this game. I'm really enjoying it. So many awesome monsters. So if you follow this method all the way to the end, I'll show you what you end up with. There is a point for you to stop. So basically after this first summoner, you have to do the entire tutorial, unfortunately, for the first summoner, and then we'll start the skip method. Then we'll move on to Heath. After you finish Heath, if you want to, you can keep all the crystals and then just start playing Heath. It is entirely up to you. I do, however, advise you to stay to the end of the video. I'm going to be giving out some massive tips to drastically improve your power, get a whole bunch of scrolls, get some awesome, hopefully, if you have some luck, some light and dark monsters. So please stick around for the end of the video. Like, subscribe, let me know what you want down in the comments below. I'll see you guys at the end. Alright, so we got to the first town. Once you're done, you do this first quest, you can unlock Soletta. You skip that for now. Second quest, you unlock the Summoner's Path. And then we can start the skip method. Alright, in order to start, I'm going to come here. Now, if you're new, please run through the story on one character all the way through. If you're not new and you're a returning player, right up here is a button that says to skip immediately. I'm going to click that, but as you see, we don't have any crystals. So how do we get crystals? There's a few ways. So one of the ways is if you log on with your phone. On day one you get 300 crystals and then another 300 crystals, so 600, and to start you need 344. So that's one way. The other way is to come down here to this event that says account sync event, and you can sync one of these or multiple. So as you can see, I have 500 crystals down, so I can start the method. And all we're going to do is skip, and when you run out of crystals I'll show you where to get more for the first summoner. As you can see, we unlocked Heath. We're going to hold off on switching to Heath just right now, so I wouldn't have enough crystals to keep skipping. So you're going to come here, scroll all the way to the bottom. You can see Reroll Guards Chronicles right here. You're going to get a bunch of rewards for each act all the way through Rakaruka Mountain or whatever it's called. So you got Teska, Aya, Florence, and then the last Rukurengma. Alright, so we got crystals. We can go back to Act 2, skip. Now if you have more crystals, you don't necessarily have to go back to that every single time, but if you try and skip it and you find that you don't have enough crystals, just go back to the event. And I know I don't have enough crystals. 3,000 crystals. Let's go. Now this is the updated one for June. In May there was an event. Alright, so once you're done with that, there's actually opened up another one, Continent Chronicles right here. Once you're finished the other event, once you're done with the other event, this one opens, you get another 3,000 crystals and some other stuff. You can see that most of your bags are full. Basically what I like to do is I like to just store everything right now. We're going to take it back out later. If you want, you can really store all this stuff. Doesn't really matter. I have noticed that it does glitch. See, it says nothing to display, but when you come in here your bag's full, so I don't know why it glitches. Let me know in the comments if it's like that for you. I'm just gonna make it so it's not full. Alright, next, you can claim this later. This is your selective summon ticket. Now you're gonna come in here to your quests. You're gonna come in here to Summoner's Way. This first one right here is one you definitely need. You're gonna get a bunch. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legendaries for each of these. So you're gonna accept it. You're gonna come here to your skills. Now that you have a bunch of skill points, and just click on the first skill, max skill it, and then you complete all the challenges. You get a bunch of runes. You'll need those here coming up. If you really want to, you can auto equip all this gear. Now the other one to do is right here, Charm of Development. So you're gonna get 30 skip tickets and 300 energy just for being level 61 and you're level 64. So alright, cool, you got that one. Next you have to be level 67. So basically on this summoner we're done for right now. So what you want to do is you want to log over to Heath, and I will be back once I'm done with that tutorial. Alright, we are done with the Heath tutorial, and the reason we picked Heath is for a few reasons actually. One, why we picked him over Soletta was he's starts out at level 80. He comes with all this max plus 15 equipment, right? But it's max plus 15. He starts out with 3 monsters. So right off the bat you get Colleen, the Fire Harpoo, you get Light Epicon Priest, and Dark Vagabond. On top of that, once we start the skip method, you'll notice he only has 1 act, Act 9. And then you get all these boxes, fire. You get all this evolution material, level up, skill up material, and also you get these boxes for runes and also 30 skip tickets. Skip this. Cool, you get some mythic runes, 1500. Alright, now on her, as you can see for area exploration, he only has the Sierra quests. And inside these Sierra quests, in the first and third parts, you have these Breath of Souls, which you need to get your monsters to level 90. What I like to do is I like to skip this one. It costs 2250. However, you get 1500 back. And look at this experience. This experience is crazy. For Heath, it doesn't really mean that much. But on the other summoners, if you do it once you're done with all the acts, you go from like 60 to 67. So it is crazy. Also, in the Summoner's Way, you have the exact same quest. You do the exact same thing. As you notice, he doesn't have that one for Summoner level because it only applies to Raheel guards, and you're a White Shadow mercenary, so he doesn't have that one to get you 30 skip tickets, but you got 30 skip tickets. Notice you get 500 skill books. So right now I'm just opening these boxes that you got. So you got the runes. You're gonna want to open these hero symbols. You're going to want to evolve, skill up, and rune, and level 3 monsters. And I'll show you why here in a sec. First, what you want to do is you want to level up your account level, pay all these tokens. You get like 125,000 with Heath, account level 41. Skip all this, you get all this juicy stuff. Bunch of summons and tokens. And now the reason we did that is when you come in here, you have these 3. We need a third though. So when you come in here, you see this 14 days of lucky summon. No question, you want to pick Perna. If you're not familiar with Perna, she's a PvE goddess. Penetrates target's defense when it's immune to CC effects, so bosses. Unbelievable damage, removes immunity. She self-revives. Damages attack based on target's lost HP. Ignores target's damage mitigation effects. This unit is just bananas. Summon for her. She'll be my number 1. And if you're lucky, you get it on the first try. If you're unlucky like me, might take you a while. There we go. There she is. Didn't take too long. Alright, so now we got her. You want to awaken her to level 9. You want to evolve her as much as possible. Level her up. Alright, now the other 2, you have 2 choices. One, later you get bonuses for having a light monster. You could skill them up individually if you want to use Iona. I prefer Colleen over using her. And the bonus you get for it would be like 15k, which you're still gonna get stuck at the same part. So I say that to say this: there's a feature called Soul Connection right here, where if you take a max level, so level 90, awaken 15, and max skilled monster, you can connect it to another monster of the same default star grade and the same type. This is a tank, and she's a tank. So if you take one of them, you soul connect the other one's gonna be max skilled, max awakened, level 90 for free without spending materials. Now, because we used all the fire stuff on Perna, we're not going to be able to awaken 15 Colleen. So instead, we're going to max skill, max evolve. What is his name again? Jubel. That's what it is. Now, if you get stuck when you click this button and you didn't increase your account level to 41, you have to be above level 35 to use it. So that's why we just did that part first. Now you click this button, you're going to click him, and then you can click any 4-star tank that you want. So we're going to click Colleen, pay 10,000 gold. Boom, there's a 24-hour cooldown here. Pretty sure if you subscribe to the Summoners Pass, which is 10 bucks, I think that cooldown goes away. So for free without using any extra materials, we have another level 90. Alright, so now the other part I talked about was ruining these monsters. So ruin these to the best of your ability. She's a damage dealer, attack, crit damage, attack if you can. Try and get one main. Like, it's fine if she's HP, as long as the stats are good. There you go, crit damage, attack. No attack runes, okay. But yeah, just ruin these up to the best of your ability. And then for these two, HP, pretty much as much HP as you can on her. Oh, there's an attack rune. Where's that attack rune at? And then you can always go back, because your other summoners, you're gonna have these same. Power them up. You have 25k, so if you want, you can do plus 15 on the 2, 4, and 6 slots, and then plus 12 on 1, 3, 5 if you want to. And then for these guys, as much HP as you want. She can be defense. You're not going to be running actually anything, so it's just as much power as you can get, pretty much. Attack, defense, HP. Yikes. I want to see what that one comes out to. 31 attack, cheese and rice. Yeah, so ruin these 3 monsters, and I'll be back after I'm dead. Alright, I got the monsters ruined. Other thing you want to do is you want to do your traits. You get increased power level for your traits. You don't have to click them individually, you just click last one in the line and then it does them all for you. And then also you want to do your skills also, if you don't want to leave that. It's pretty tedious, but you should do these skill books. Okay, that's new. You used to only be able to do 20 at a time, now you can do 50 at a time. That is nice. They literally just changed it in this update. Very nice. The other one I told you about, for the research level, and once you go to level 10, if you do these first 3, you can only get to 9. On Heath, you do all of them because you're past level 69, I think it is, 67. So you can do any one of these for Heath, but for your other summoners, you pick your main summoner and you want to do this. Once you're like 64, you can do the light and darks level 10. I like to do the light on here because, and we're gonna need it here in a minute, so. Alright, we're done with all of that. Now, if you want to finish up with Heath, finish up what I'm about to tell you with Heath, you can keep playing Heath if you really want to. He's already level 81. However, a lot of these Summoners Way quests, they only apply to Reheal Guard summoners and their level, so you won't be able to finish it if you just play Heath. I'm about to show you how to get a bunch of crystals. You can stop after that, keep all your crystals, and just play Heath if you really want to. That is the fast way. Otherwise, you can continue with the skip method, go on to your other summoners, rinse and repeat, finish everything, and end up with a bunch of summons at the end. So you can summon a bunch of monsters, hopefully get some light and dark monsters. So let's get into it. Alright, so area dungeon right here. As you can see, you get crystals for every single one of these. You also get, at the very hard stage, you get the 5-star rainbow mon. This is how you get all your crystals. You're going to come in here, you're going to go to enter, and because your power level's super high, before you do that, make sure you change your composition to the 3 monsters that you ruined. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it manually. As you can see, we're at 376k power right now. Last thing, put on the symbols that you guys got. It doesn't really matter. Just put on the best ones. Alright, so you're going to come in here, you're just going to skip. As you can see, we got 60 of these. If you run out, guess what? You're going to go to a different summoner. You're going to do the tutorial. If you want to, you can just do the quest to get skip tickets, and you can come back to Heath and keep doing this. For me personally, I do the entire skip method. Skip acts 1 through 9, get the skip tickets, get the runes, upgrade your monsters for all those. And when you run out of crystals, you're going to come back to Heath. You're going to keep doing this with your skip tickets. You're going to come all the way to Katana, and you're going to get stuck right here at Gaia Hall. Evolve Perna, you should be like 400 to 430k power. Evolve Perna to level 90. Two tips, forgot to mention, if you see that your room bag's full, you can either break stuff down. I would suggest just moving stuff to storage. You can take it back out later. You can take 3-star off because you're gonna need 3-star for crafting, at least 3-star magic runes, the green ones, and then you can just disassemble the rest. Second tip, when you come in here and see the boss, is Dark Element. If you switch your summoner to the opposite element, you get a bonus power level. So I'm about to run out of skip tickets. I'm going to switch to a different summoner, do the skip method, keep doing that back and forth. Once I'm done on every single summoner, I will see you back here. Make sure you stick around. I got some really awesome tips. Make sure you stick to the end of the video, and I'll see you. Alright, if you're like me and you ran out of crystals, don't worry. There's this event over here. If you go to your guard journal completion, for every single area that you finish, you get 300 crystals. Just claim them. Another 3,000 crystals. Now you can finish 9. Now I'll show you one of the really cool things to get more crystals. Now I'm going to show you one of the cool things to get even more LD scrolls. If you come over here to the castle under the area exploration, the very first one, explore inside of the castle. Now if you were to click complete, see it says 2150. That is just for your first summoner. If you were to do this on this one, the other 3 Heal Guard summoners, so everybody but Heath, will only be 400. So I'll do this just to show you. Experience points, you got a bunch of 4 LD scrolls, you got a legendary, 1 of each, elemental legendary scroll. So as you can see, I ran out of crystals. I'm not going to have enough to do the very last summoner, which is Kina, which is my favorite. So the only other thing to do is to go on Heath with all your skip tickets. If you're still here, didn't stop, watching the video and start playing Heath. I will see you once I am done with the last summoner. Basically all the summoners are done. So I told you earlier, as you can see, to skip this is only 400 for your summoner. You get a trans scroll, a Devilmon, all this good stuff. Now also for content, I'll show you. Remember how I told you that if you want some extra scrolls, real quick, on one other summoner other than Heath, if you skip this, let's say on your main for instance, right, 2000 only costs 500 because you get 1500 back. You become 67. Now if you want some extra scrolls, you're going to come to your Summoner's Way, and the first one that we did to get your skip tickets, this next one for being 65, you get 3 more legendaries per summoner, so you're going to get 12 more legendaries. So those are your scrolls. Other tip, like I mentioned earlier, for increased instant power level, if you are not going to play your Heath, all you have to do is unequip your accessories and then move them over to your main summoner. Yeah, I don't know why it glitches like this for whatever reason. So you put them in your storage, you go over to your other summoner. I'm gonna play Kina, and then you just equip them on Kina, and you're done. My bag is full. Let me show you the final totals of scrolls, I guess. So I'll be right back. Alright, so we're gonna have a grand total of 8 Transcendents, 102 LDs, 37 Legendaries, almost 10 of each Elemental, depending on how fast you got your Perna, anywhere between 400 and 600 Mystical Scrolls, and then 54-ish of each of these scrolls right here. I did not mention, to get even more scrolls, make sure you open up these mining boxes, your gathering boxes, and then once you're done opening them, to go into your collection book. I'll show you in a second. Go into your book, your collection book right here, and then collect all these. So there's tiers basically. So you get gold, breath of life, more gold, 900 gems or crystals, and this was probably 1080 gems, I want to say. So basically 2000 gems for just gathering stuff. And then your monster books. After you're done summoning all your scrolls, as you can see, you'll get power level increases, which is not a lot, but it just adds up. That's basically it for the guide. Oh, I forgot to mention, when I did this video originally on my account, it didn't save. So this account, I'm going to be giving away. So if I get this video to 500 likes, make sure you comment #giveaway down in the comments. And once I get to 500 likes, I'll pick someone that wants this account. I will work on this account, do some dailies and stuff like that. Get you some scrolls. I will not summon on this account, so I'll just use whatever monsters I have right here, and then I will give this account away to someone that wants to summon all these scrolls. So really appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next video where I post the summons video from my account that I started, and for more content, like I said, there's a new patch that came out today. You got your housing for Mystic Island, so stay tuned. No cap out.